Excellent stuff. So just want to get into a bit of your background, Aaron, if that's okay. You're based in Switzerland, is that right?
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Switzerland are you?
It's in a little town called Wesen, about an hour from 45 minutes to an hour from Zurich. It's super small, it's super quiet, it's super boring, it's totally Swiss. There is a beautiful lake. Kenny was there last summer.
Yeah, man, it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah,
Surrounded by mountains. There is no nightlife at all.
Now,
I love it. I love it. My introverted ass, I just can be here and make music, and I love it. Yeah, I will die here. It's the best.
I've not been to Switzerland yet. My partner, she has been a few times, and she keeps telling me she's gonna take me over at some point. But you really won the guess where I live lottery, didn't you? Really, there, Aaron? By the sounds of it, I mean, it's supposed to be one of the top places to live in the world, isn't it? Anywhere in Switzerland, it's crime figures are quite low and stuff. The air's quite clear as opposed to.
I have to lock my doors. Yeah. I do, but I don't really have to. There's literally nothing happens here, and it's nice. Not everywhere in Switzerland, but most of Switzerland is very safe. I can walk around as a woman in the night and everything, and it's fine. So
beautiful.
My wife is from Puerto Rico, and she really enjoys the peacefulness and the quiet here, and no crime, and yeah.
And of course, our Kenny, he is from Scotland. Do you keep your doors open often, Scotland?
We do, but the weather comes in awful lot, so no, it's not quite so safe, I don't think. Certainly not to where Aaron lives. It's one of the most beautiful places I have ever visited in my life. It's pretty,
there's a lot to Scotland though as well, isn't there? I mean, you've got, obviously you can live in the big cities and things like that, which is just like any other city. You've got your bad bits, your good bits, but then obviously you can go a bit further north, and it is just kind of big nice mountains and rivers, lakes, and things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of Scotland to see. There's a lot of Scotland even for me to see. My wife and I just got a camper van, so we're going to start doing that next year and maybe taking the decks out and to some interesting locations. You never know. But yeah, Scotland has a lot of beautiful countryside. It's just trying to catch some weather where it really kind of shines. That's the hardest part.
You're gonna bring the cats?
Yeah, they love it. Yeah, but they keep getting under the pedals, while you're driving.
The last time we had cats on this podcast, so I was interviewing Stonks, and for about 15 minutes of the podcast, we just had a cat's arse into the camera lens, just literally flashing its backside. So keep an eye out for that. Have you got more than one, have you, Kenny?
Yeah, we've got a pair. Yeah, they keep themselves entertained a lot of the time, but it's good. When one is wanting to give you warm hugs, the other one isn't, and vice versa. So
good stuff. I'm not so much a cat man. I do want to get some pets, but my children are very young at the moment, so I'm in the position where I wouldn't be able to handle it at all, literally. So yeah, they're 100 miles an hour at the minute. I've got a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. So
oh my God, you're busy, yeah.
Yeah, having two at that age as well. It's quite intense, as you can imagine. So growing up in Switzerland then with music, Aaron, what were your inspirations, and tell me a little bit about the journey, how you actually got into music and how that went to producing, and where did drum and bass come into it?
Early 90s, my dad brought me a jungle compilation double CD from London when he was there, and I was fucking hooked. It was just so different than anything else, but it wasn't as mind-blowing as a couple years later when we had this radio show in Switzerland on Friday nights. They would play like vinyls. This was called, it's a long time ago. I think they had the white label in the evening and then the black label at night, at midnight, where they would play some really underground vinyl from the shops. And they played a Johnny L tune, and it was the first time something like dark, not jungle, like I guess it was tech step back then, I guess. And this completely blew my mind because it was just a way of expressing yourself musically that I've never seen before, and the whole futuristic sci-fi style, it just caught me instantly. So that was like mid-90s, and there was no way to get the music but to buy vinyl. So I went to Zürich and once a week with my friends, and we would listen to dub plates coming from London over there, and overpriced dub plates,
Yeah, I bet.
like test pressures and stuff, and we will fight over them.
Well, you got the overseas taxes to bring them over, haven't you, as well? So it's going to be a bit more expensive.
Yeah, and also the dude, he would like Baltz was his name. He had this shop in Zurich. He would go once a week to London and then rip us off with prices of the dub plates and get from NDC and stuff. He went to Black Markets, Nicky's shop, and brought all these overpriced, totally fucked up plates, like played and rewind 1,000 times, but we would still like pay $50 for them. It was the only way to get them. I still had bad company dubs with stuff that never came out, and it's like, oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, so that was the start, buying vinyl, and then one led to the other.
Brilliant. And what was your first kind of what was your first inklings into wanting to produce music then?
That was an accident. I didn't know what to do with my life, and someone told me, yeah, you should go into computer because there's a future with that stuff. So young Aaron, I went with my parents to look at a school. It was the SAE School of in Audio Engineering. It was called different back then. They had also like computer class, and I was there to check out the computer classes, and I saw these other learning studios with like equipment, with mixing desks and stuff. And my parents saw how I intrigued was with that, and was like, why don't you do that? Why don't you do like some audio engineering? So I started that in the late 90s and got my engineering degree, built my own studio early 2000. And I think the first releases we had around 2003 maybe, but that wasn't Task back then. There was some other weird names. Some of them I'm not going to mention.
Very good. But I think it was 2005 your first Task Horizon one, wasn't it? On Sudden Death.
That could be, yeah. That could be Sudden Death. Maybe there was one before, a bootleg of a Depeche Mode tune on a US label. I'm not sure about that. Let's say Sudden Death was the first.
What's up, everyone? Lee UHF here, the host of DNB Wraps. Thank you for watching our videos. If you like what you're hearing and seeing on the channel, please make sure you're subscribing to it. Please make sure you thumbs up the videos, and more importantly, let's get some comments going as well. It really helps the channel, and in order for us to provide this content to you, we do need the channel to grow. So we can't do this without your help. Hope you enjoy the video. Speak to you soon.